David Powell has asked quite a long question about how did Max and the crew evolve with me. Had I had them in my heads for many years before I actually put pen to paper? Um, in an unformed way, yes, since school actually. I was very keen on history at school, and I actually listened quite avidly. And I would imagine myself there with the Romans or with the Greeks, um, or even the peasants' revolts and some of the medieval stuff we did. However, when I got to 14, I think, and started looking at options for O levels, they abandoned all the interesting stuff and hurled us at the agricultural revolution and the industrial revolution. And I'm quite famous for not really being interested in anything after 1485. So you can imagine how thrilled I was with the spinning jenny and Jethro Tull and his wretched seed drill. And I'm afraid I kind of drifted away at that point, and imagined much more exciting things and much more exciting history. So it was a habit I got into. You read or learn about something historical. What was it like? What did it smell like? What did it look like? What would it be like to actually be there? Which was the sort of thing I was thinking about when I should have been concentrating on seed drills and spinning jennies and things. And nobody will be astonished to hear that I failed my history O level. And it stayed with me. I went back and did a couple of history A levels as an adult because I'm living my life backwards and I'm probably going to do the 11 plus next week. And I was sitting there one day and the head teacher came in and said, "You'd better make sure you all pass at the end of the term because we're discontinuing the course and we're going to be doing IT courses from now on." And I thought, I was a little bit peeved at the thought of the humanities being kicked aside for IT, but that's only because I'm IT illiterate. And I started to read and study and just think more and more and more about history and what it was actually like and the mysteries who killed the princes in the tower. And it all went round and round in my head, and it started to formulate into an organisation that could actually do this, because I can't see any other point in time travel, actually. You can't bring anything back according to my rules, and you can't change anything when you're there according to my rules. So other than witnessing major historical events in contemporary time, what is the point of it? And then gradually this began to coalesce into an organisation who did this and what they were like, and they became more and more ragtag and slapdash. And in my head, this organisation, typically British formed, scruffy environment, never enough money, always scrabbling around for funding, everything held together with spit and duct tape. And St Mary's was born, and it actually got stronger and stronger in my head until, and this is a very famous story, I was actually painting a wall in a house in Harrogate, as you do, and it just became too much. I honestly felt as if my head was going to burst, and I thought I have to write this down. So I put down my paintbrush and my paint pot, and I went down the road to the local co-op, and I bought 2 recycled notepads and 3 blue biros. And came back and started to write it all down as it occurred to me. And of course, it wasn't in book form. I actually started in the very middle, because starting at the beginning is so conventional, darling. I mean, who does that? And I wrote for a couple of hours, actually, while it poured out of my pen. And then I thought, oh, God, I'd better finish this wall. And because I'm as thick as a brick, I picked up the wrong tin of paint to complete the stair wall. So when I came to sell the house, half the wall was in vinyl matte and the other half was in vinyl silk. And there was a very definite dividing line down the middle. So every time somebody came to view, I had to stand like this and try and conceal the fact that there were 2 different types of paint on the wall.